back to Joe on Twos. As you see, we're out, beautiful day with DR1. Hopefully this first video is going to go well on the road with the bike. Hopefully the audio is working this time, unlike with the stupid Ducati video. But anyhow, hope you guys are doing well. I'm pretty sure today is the first day of summer, so I hope you guys are all out there riding if you have a bike, or you know what, maybe you're getting your first bike because it's summertime. And that's actually what this video is going to be about today. Getting your first bike. Should you get a bike? How do you go about getting your first bike? Why do you need your first bike? That's what we're going to talk about today on Joe on Twos. I don't think I have an intro yet. This is when I would cue it. Alright guys, so for those of you who have bikes, I hope you're enjoying today. I'm going to take it easy right now because I think I saw a cop on this road, but this is like my spot that I go riding. It's all like little, 20 and 15 mile an hour curves, perfect pavement as you see, but we're going to take it easy for a minute so that we don't get a ticket on the first day of summer, because that would really suck. See, I don't know if that's a cop or not. Is he? I don't think so. Anyhow, so you're thinking about getting a bike. Should you do it? Yes. Why should you get a bike? Well, for those of you who are like me, who are thinking about getting a bike mainly because of speed, but also because they enjoyed working on things. Motorcycles are kind of like, they give you the best of both worlds. They let you go super fast for a super low cost, and they're easy to work on, like they're really easy to diagnose. And that's kind of like, lets you enjoy it because you get to make it yours. Your first bike most likely isn't going to be brand new. For those of you who can't afford that, I'm jealous. But you learn a lot when you get a used bike because they're never perfect. And that's another reason to get a bike. If you enjoy working on, vehicles and everything, but you also want to get some performance, motorcycle, hey buddy, is the way to go. Because you get to do all that, and it's, if you'd like to enjoy getting from A to B, you should get a bike. How do you go about getting your first bike? So there's a lot of different things. People say start on 250, start on 300, start on a 600 Super Sport, start on a 650 Ninja. There's plenty of different routes to go about it. I started on a 600 F4i. Now, I bought mine from Craigslist, and I got a great deal on it. I think I paid like $2,800 for an 02 F4i that had 7,000 miles on it. It did sit for a while. The guy got it and then let it sit for 4 years because he got a kid and he didn't want to ride. So I had some dry rot, needed new tires. The fuel pressure regulator went, so I had to replace that. But I knew how to diagnose it. At least I tried and I succeeded. And that's kind of like another kind of, a testament to what actually getting to work on a bike means, because you get to, like I said, you get to diagnose it and work on it, especially for your first bike. So that was, my first bike experience. So I did take a safety course, and I would highly recommend taking it. You get your license through it and your permit. I got my permit and then went right onto the road, and I was very lucky that I was able to figure out what I was doing, because otherwise I could have easily killed myself, especially being on a 600cc Super Sport. You know, some people say the F4i isn't, but the F4i pumps out, you know, well over 100 horsepower. So for your first bike, it's a lot of ponies. So take a safety course. I regret starting on a 600, actually. I wish I started on a smaller bike, because when I took the course, they gave us these little 150 cc's, and I was like, wow, these things were a blast. It would have been so much fun to be learning, because I learned how to ride my bike. I didn't learn how to ride a bike when I got the 600. Because these super sports, you know, they're meant to be ridden to the max, and if you don't know what you're doing, they're going to fight you. So I definitely recommend I wouldn't start on the 600. However, you know, 650, Ninja, you know, there's a lot of, you know, the CC isn't everything. The torque and the horsepower plays a lot into it. And you got to do your research. Do your research into, you know, CCs is not everything. You can have a 400 cc bike putting out, you know, more power than, you know, 500-600, because of the way that it's all, you know, organized. So do your research, and then figure out, you know, where your skill level is. I knew how to ride manual with my hands because, well, you know, I'm a stud. I'm just kidding. Because I knew I rode my girlfriend's manual quad, so it's the same thing. If you've ever ridden manual quad, shifting and everything's the same. You know, one down, rests are up, neutrals in between 1 and 2. So it's a lot different than a car. Some people say, oh, it's the same thing, but with your hands. Not really. You have so much more feel for, you know, the clutch with your hand, because the friction, your hand has a lot more sensitory nerves and whatnot. You know, I should be able to speak a little bit better about this because I am a pre-med student, but I'm on a bike, man. This is bike life. It's bros. So basically, what I'm trying to say is do your research. There's not a perfect starter bike for everybody. I got lucky. I think I bumped up too soon, but I was able to sell my bike for profit, and it just kind of all worked out together. I have gone down, and I mean, yes, there was gravel in the road, but I could have possibly avoided that situation if I was a better rider at the time. So, and it's very rarely is it the bike that's the problem, it's the rider. Most bikes, as long as they're well maintained, will handle what you throw at them. But if you throw at them things that they weren't built to do, then you get into situations where you have accidents and whatnot. So that's definitely, I would highly suggest doing your research. Take a safety course before you even think about buying a bike, because you know sometimes riding isn't for everybody. If you're not going to feel comfortable on the road, if you're not going to feel confident in making the decisions you have, if you're scared, you're going to get yourself killed, or you're going to hurt some other people, because riding scared doesn't let you make the decisions that you need in this split seconds to save your life and get you out of harm's way. So if you can't do that, well, you won't know really if you feel truly comfortable on a bike until, oh, I can't, no trucks over 30 feet. Okay, I'm not a truck. So if you take the course, you're going to get to be exposed to that. It's like 2 days of riding, 1 day of in class. Oops. You got it, guys. But, excuse me, I'm also getting over being sick. But, take the course. That'll let you see don't think I'm supposed to go that way. Kinda. So take the course. You'll find out if, one, you can ride a bike. Two, it's a blast. You get to ride with a ton of people that are new to it. Granted, you know, everybody was like, oh, how do you know how to ride so well already? Well, I didn't know how to ride well, but I was so used to riding on a bike that fought me every 5 seconds on my 600cc, so that when I got a little 125 Suzuki, I was like, well, this is easy. And it was a blast. I had such a great time tearing it up on the tarmac. No cars, you know, because it's their private property. You get to practice things, you know. I got to lock up my rear tire and see how to make sure I got through it without, you know, high siding. That's not fun. But it was really what locked in, yeah, this is for me. And for some of you, it's going to lock in that, you know what, this isn't for you. And that is okay. Riding is not for everybody. You can support us by not hitting us and by giving us a good time when we're trying to pass you. Just pull over. Let us by. Yeah, we're not out to ride behind cars. But, anywho. So yeah, take the course. Please take the course. But yeah, I mean, there's also a lot that goes into it. If, you know, believe it or not, this is not a decision that just you are making. This is a decision that you and your family and any other loved ones, you know, I have a girlfriend, they have to live with the fact that you are riding a motorcycle and things can happen. The first time I went down, let me tell you, my girlfriend was not a hacky camper, so my family wasn't either. I'm pretty sure they all expected me to sell the bike. I have expected, you know, to be scared to ride. Luckily, when I went down, I had a good group of guys with me. I'm riding with tomorrow, and I actually had to get right back on the bike and ride it home an hour without front brakes, and yeah, that wasn't fun. See, this would have been a fun curve, but there weren't cars in front of me. So, it's not just a choice that you were making. Kind of lost here. So, be aware of that. Because your decisions are going to affect those around you. Don't act like, you know, I went through like, oh, it's my decision, it's my life. That's very true. But you're also going to be adding a lot of stress to the people around you, and therefore you have to take, you know, do what you can. Hi, doggy. Do what you can to safeguard the fact that, yes, it's a reality. You can get killed out here. I wear all my gear all the time, whether it's 100 degrees or 40. I wear gloves, I wear shoes now, I have riding pants. I wear my jacket all the time, I wear my helmet all the time. You know, a little shout out to you Pennsylvanians who don't have to wear them. Wear your helmets. These are ways to, you know, precaution, you know, and make it ease into the fact with your family that you are being as safe as possible. I don't think I want to go here. Is this 22? Oh. So, you know, like I was saying, don't get lost, that's another thing. I think I know where I am. If this is a Benihana... Yeah, I know where I am. I don't know how I got all the way over here, but... but yeah, you know, if you're looking for more adventure, you know, this is a way to do it. You know, you get to find roads and, you know, you pull off, you have a good time, you chill out with bros, and it's not a way to get chicks. Don't get a motorcycle if you're not getting laid. It's not going to help the situation. It'll help you meet some other guys, if that's what you're looking for. But you definitely, it's not a, you know, people think it's a chick magnet. I don't know about that. So don't get a bike if you're like, oh man, it's gonna get me laid, it's gonna get me girls. It's not. Sorry. If you're looking for fun, if you're looking for a blast, if you're looking for something that makes you think when it's not working, then getting a bike is for you. But anyhow, if you have questions about my specific journey into riding, throw it in the comments. I'd be more than happy to answer. If you have financial questions of how to make it feasible, you know, insurance and how to, you know, have a motorcycle that's fast as a 22-year-old and whatnot, feel free to ask. Oh, I should have turned. So, bottom line, you know, it's not for everybody. Do your research, take a course, it'll help you decide. And you know what, if the signs are pointing at it but you're still nervous, do it, go for it. You know, we don't ride to add days to our lives. We ride to add life to our days. Oh, you're so cliche. But it's true. So, yeah. You know, throw the comments in. Ask questions if you want. If you're thinking about getting riding, or if you got into riding and you're questioning things, we all go through that. It's like, you know, buyer's remorse or lifestyle remorse, I guess you could call it. Feel free to answer. Hit the like. Let me know. Also, there's another guy who left a comment who wants a video on my exhaust. I will put that, the next video up. I just really wanted to get out riding today. I didn't feel like doing a video while I'm sitting around. Sorry, bro. I will get that up soon. I haven't forgotten about you. But, you know, you got the same bike as me. Ride on, man. Hopefully I'll see you around. I don't know where you're located, but throw it in the comments. Maybe we'll ride together sometime.